You already know which buttons to press. Deleting a comment on Instagram or sending a direct message in a WhatsApp group are standard technical skills. Navigating those tools is straightforward. The complexity lies in the nuance of the language used within those tools. By the end of this session, you are going to draft a customized two-part response to an off-topic post that perfectly aligns with your organization's brand tone. Having a pre-written, calibrated script ready to go takes the pressure off. It means you won't have to rely on a spontaneous reaction, keeping you from making damaging, emotional missteps in the heat of the moment. Look at this interface. We have a user named Alex who just dropped an off-topic promotional link directly into a discussion-only community space. Step 1 is to identify exactly what went wrong. Before typing a single word to Alex, explicitly identify and write down the exact community guideline that this post violates. This is where we separate the action from the individual. We are not evaluating Alex's character or making judgments. We are strictly noting that this specific post breaks our objective rule against unauthorized promotions. Addressing the action rather than attacking the person preserves their dignity. It keeps the interaction professional and helps retain them as a willing community member, rather than backing them into a corner and creating an adversary. Now we turn to the public-facing side of moderation. The strategic purpose of a public reply is to clearly signal to the silent majority of your community that the space is actively protected. We'll use this tonal spectrum chart to evaluate our options. On the far left, we have the too harsh approach. Relying on blunt policing language here certainly stops the behavior, but it alienates the wider community watching the exchange. In the middle is the too passive approach. If you rely on overly apologetic seller language, you undermine your own authority and make the community rules look optional. On the right is the calibrated approach. This successfully balances a polite, warm greeting to the user with a firm, boundary-setting action regarding the post. Open your text editor right now and draft your own public reply. Use this balanced structure. Start with a welcoming tone, then transition smoothly into a direct statement of action. A calibrated public reply does two jobs at once. It shuts down the immediate rule violation while simultaneously reassuring the rest of the community that the space is safe and professionally managed. Moving over to this split-screen layout, we leave the public comment on the left and focus on the blank document on the right. The private direct message is where the actual coaching and detailed rule explanation must happen. The first component of your private DM formula is a clear, objective statement of the administrative action you took. For example, I have removed your recent post from the main feed. The second component is explicitly stating the specific rule that was broken. Keep this clinical, ensuring no accusatory language slips into the explanation. The final component is the pivot. Give the user the correct, approved avenue to share their content, such as pointing them toward a dedicated weekly promotions thread. Take a moment to complete your private DM draft by combining these three structural components: the action taken, the rule broken, and the pivot. Providing a clear path to success in the DM converts a standard reprimand into a moment of coaching. You are keeping the user engaged, just directing that engagement to the correct location. Before you hit send on any moderation action, run your completed drafts through this house-style checklist. Think of this as your mandatory final quality control step. First, review your text to confirm that it addresses the action of the post, rather than policing the person who wrote it. Second, look at your public response and verify that it successfully maintains both warmth and firmness. Finally, read through your private DM to ensure it clearly explains the rule without utilizing any shaming language. Consistently passing this three-point checklist aligns your moderation tone with the organization's brand, ensuring a uniform experience regardless of which moderator is on shift. Looking at this finalized text document, you now possess a fully calibrated, side-by-side response ready to deploy the next time an off-topic post appears. Below this video, you'll find 3 applied exercises covering realistic scenarios: a rude comment, a spam post, and a member venting publicly. Use the exact workflow you learned today. Draft your public reply, draft your private message, and run both through the checklist to complete these exercises independently. Mastering this foundational tone standard is a crucial prerequisite. You will rely on this exact process to successfully de-escalate the high-stakes situations we tackle in the upcoming module on conflict and complaints.